Hi, welcome to the Recovery Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Abbasi. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and stroke survivor. And today I wanted to talk about faith, but I wanted to talk about faith from the perspective of like, it doesn't matter what you have faith in, it's acting like you have faith. Which I think is really different than having faith. This morning, we listened to a meditation. That's what we do on Thursdays in my 7 a.m. meeting. And it was delightful, I must tell you. We used to listen to the Calm app, which I still listen to the Calm app before I go to bed. But we've switched over to listening to music, and we have a new person who is chairing the meditation meeting, and he is an experienced meditator, has been meditating for like 15 years or something, he said. So to me, that means he is well practiced at getting quiet and looking inward. That's to me what meditation is getting quiet and listening to silence, quieting that voice inside our heads and not listening to it at all, like telling it to shut up. That's what meditation is for me. It's just being present. But this music that he played this morning was a Native American flute musician, and his name is Carlos Nakai. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the last name, but it's Carlos, and the last name is spelled N as in Nancy, Akai. And the album that the music he played this morning is from an album called Earth Spirit. So you're welcome. Once you listen to it, you might find, you know what it made me feel like? It made me feel like I was laying in one of those massage rooms, like I'm getting ready to get a massage before they actually come in and start. And it's like that moment when I get ready and I lay down on the table before the masseuse comes in, that period where I like lay down and I'm like, oh, it's like everything just falls out of me. And then I hear the music. When I first walk in the room, I hear it and I'm like, yes, yes, it's happening. I can't wait. But when I'm finally ready and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this thing. This is making me want to go get a massage. But when I'm finally laying there and I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, come on in and do your magic. I can hear that music and it's like just incredibly relaxing to me, incredibly relaxing. And I was thinking this morning, like, I've been meditating, listening to Calm, and I was kind of disappointed when our group decided that we were going to start listening to music instead of Calm, because I was like, well, now I'm not going to have anything to think about. And I think that's the point. So I'm quickly being sold on the idea of not being given a theme or direction for what to think about while I'm meditating, that the point is to not listen to anything, but not even listen to anything, like look at the present, just be present. So anyway, that's what it made me feel like. It inspired me today, I'm going to get my yoga mat out. So I have been doing yoga. I know I can hear you cheering for me. Thank you. I've been doing yoga and it's been feeling good. I've gotten to the point where I think my stroke symptoms have subsided enough that I can focus on some of these other things that are ailing me. And that one of those is my back. I have like severe back pain. It started after I had my stroke. I took my gorgeous 70-pound Weimaraner out for a walk after I got out of the hospital, and she ran really fast and pulled on the leash, like snapped on the leash, and it my back feels like it just ripped the muscles from my neck all the way down to my lower back. I've seen I've seen two physical therapists since then, and they both sucked, to be honest with you. One of them actually did x-rays, and they both just, one of them was focused on my hips more so than my back, and that's not his fault. That's what was hurting at that time. My hips still have problems, but my lower back, I kept telling him about it, and I don't think he understood the severity of the problem. But anyway, they both, I think, I don't know, they just were trying to stretch it out and didn't really understand the actual pain. I don't know. It's been hurting so bad that I feel like I need like some kind of injection in that part in my back. I also I forgot about this and I told you guys about it. I went to acupuncture for my back as well. And I only went once because it would be too hard for me to get there because I can't drive and I'd have to rely on my friend who took me, and it's like 30 minutes away, 20 to 30 minutes away. It's just too much. I would have liked to continue to try it, but it's just too inconvenient for those who would need to drive me. So, I'm back to yoga, and yoga has been consistently the thing that makes my back feel better when I practice it on a regular basis. So every time I start relying on yoga, my back starts feeling better. Um, so you all know I've been wanting to get back to yoga because that was another thing that I lost when I had my stroke, is the ability to do my yoga because I just had too many triggering symptoms. But again, some of that stuff is subsiding, so I'm redirecting my recovery efforts towards some of these other pains that I have due to the fact that I had my stroke and the symptoms, the disability that has come with that. So today, gosh, that was a long explanation because what I really wanted to tell you is today, I'm sore, and I always get sore after the first 2 days of yoga. But typically at that point, I'm like, okay, I won't do yoga today, to like let my muscles heal from being sore. And then I don't get my yoga mat out, and I don't like, I stop getting it out. So it's just, I wanted to get my yoga mat out even though I'm sore and figure out what can I do on the mat. And I was just going to do the poses and stretch, but now I've got this yoga music that I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn on this Carlos Nakai Earth Spirit album, and I'm going to get on my mat and I'm just going to stretch. I'm going to think about being in the massage studio, and I'm going to do it for at least a half an hour. So I'm really looking forward to it. I always light a candle during my yoga because I want to have that feeling of self-care, and candles, smell good candles, and like meditative music always make me feel that way. So sometimes I will put meditation music in the background while I listen to my yoga class, and I do it all with my candle and stuff. So it's a lot, but it's very calming for me. And so today I'm just going to get my yoga mat out so that I don't break that consistency. I've already done it 2 days in a row. I don't want to stop. So I'll get my yoga mat out and I'll do meditation on it. Um, so why does this have anything to do with faith? That's a good question. Really, the correlation in my head, and sometimes my head doesn't even make sense, but the correlation is action. Um, is is not just thinking about doing these things and not just like knowing that yoga helps my back and trusting that it's gonna help my back if I do it consistently means I have to do it. I have to act like I trust that yoga is gonna make my back better. And it has everything to it's so related for me to this idea of having faith in anything, having faith in this sobriety program and acting like it, not just going to meetings and listening, but taking notes and implementing them. Like I listen to what people say, I take notes, and then I have the privilege of sitting down and doing this recording to apply the stuff that I heard that morning to my life, how it applies to me. And when I was thinking about faith and the difference between feeling faith and acting like it, I was thinking, what does faith look like when I act like I have it? And what it looks like for me is strength. So this is very in line with the daily reflection this morning. Faith looks like strength and confidence, courage, and patience. That's what faith looks like if I act like it. And the reason why that really makes sense to me is because I have faith in my sobriety program. And when I act like I believe in my sobriety program, I am doing all that is suggested. I'm practicing these principles in all of my affairs. And what that looks like to other people is, oh, I'm a strong person. Oh, she's so confident that she's doing this podcast. She's so courageous for handling all these adversities and still moving forward. She's so patient with doctors and insurance and stuff like that. That's just what it looks like. That's what faith looks like because I know I have faith that if I practice my program and I do things even when I'm afraid, when I do things when I don't feel like it, when I don't want to, that it looks like I'm courageous, like I'm brave, to face all of this stuff. Um, but I'm just doing it anyway. That's all. It's the simple fact that I'm turning off my wanter. That's what it's either acting on faith or acting on what I want, which is, I think the program translates that as will, my own will, acting on my will or acting on faith. The program translates that to his will or my will. I like to say acting on faith or acting on my wanter. That's the same thing for me, So I heard this morning, and sorry, I should have fact checked this before I hit record, but somebody in my meeting mentioned that Martin Luther King Jr. said that faith is taking the first step when you can't see the whole staircase. And I love that. If that's actually what he said, great. If it's something to that effect, then great. That's what I'm doing when I believe in my program and the steps of my program, and how it's helping me live one day at a time. I'm doing the next right thing, when I can't see what comes after that. And that really resonates with me with my stroke recovery. And I didn't, gosh, I mean, almost like 2.5 years or something like that, maybe 3 years. It's been 3.5 years now. I can't believe that. But I have been cautiously taking the next step when I can't see what's beyond it. And it's been scary. It's been really scary. But I'm just doing it because of faith. If I didn't act on faith, then I would be sitting still. And I've talked about that in the past. I've recorded some episodes about how I felt like for much of my life that my brother and my sister were moving forward and I was standing still. That's what alcoholism made me feel like. That, I mean, yeah, it made me feel like that I wasn't going anywhere because I wasn't growing at all. Um, and having faith to fall back in the arms of my fellowship, I have been able to grow. Um, but I'm only growing with this underlying fear if I don't trust. So I like to, somebody else this morning said, we're stronger than we know it. We're stronger than we know. And that aligns with what I'm saying about acting in faith looks like strength. We're stronger than we know, only if you have faith. Only if you have faith that what the people in the fellowship are telling you can happen for you. If you have faith, if you believe that if I do what they're telling me, then I'm going to start healing. If I have faith in that, then I'm going to look stronger. But all I'm doing is walking. All I'm doing is putting one foot in front of the other. That's all I'm doing. Um, because I have faith in something outside of myself. I'm not taking the step because I believe in my strength. I'm taking the step because I believe in the strength of everything outside of me, you know? That's what my higher power is. It's everything outside of me. I've tried to just believe in me. And what it actually did was it isolated me and it made me feel it disappointed me because I was trying to keep myself afloat without the help of anybody else around me. And I didn't have enough strength to do that. I couldn't do it on my own. I'm not stronger than I know. Um, we as a community are stronger than a single person. Um, So that's what faith looks like to me. Faith looks like I'm not doing it on my own. I'm not isolating. Um, yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. It surely makes sense in my mind. One thing that I wrote down was Nike had a profound impact on me with their slogan over and over again over the years. Just do it. Just in sobriety, has that actually made so much more sense to me. Nike is saying to me, don't worry about whether you think you can or not. Don't think about whether you think you're strong enough or not. Just do it. Just stop thinking about it. Stop considering whether you want to do it, whether you can do it. Like, just turn off your wanter, turn off your thinker, and just do it. Um, so that's what I had written down today. It makes me smile. And all of this has allowed me to build a new life for myself. Um, it's really been, I've been in awe of how much my life has changed. I've been in awe with how capable I was and I didn't know it. It's just like we are stronger than we know it. Um, I didn't know that if I just open myself up and I'm willing to receive help and take suggestions, that I can live this life a whole lot easier than if I try to figure it out for myself. Why reinvent the wheel? If somebody else has already done it this way and it worked, then let me try it, you know? Um, if somebody tells me that the pizza pizzazz by Presto appliances makes pizza better than a toaster oven, then I'm going to try it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. People get sober with a sobriety program and they're happy. So why don't I just try it? Why am I trying to figure it out for myself? And I did that for so long. I tried to figure it out myself. I'm like, let me try this. Let me try that. Trying it half-assed. You know, I'll take your suggestion to do this, but I won't take your suggestion for that. Why am I trying to figure it out and build my own way when there's already a way to do it and that works? I had something else to say, but I can't remember what it was. It was something good. Bobes, do you remember what it was? Do you remember? He doesn't remember either. Oh well. It would have changed the world, but now it's out of my head, so I can't I can't tell you what it was. Anyway, I'm going to do my meditation. Today, I'm going to write part of my chapter 1 for my book, and I'm going to paint one of my pill bottles. And a new thing that I'm doing is I'm going to listen to the Bible. Um, I'm like, I listen to all these books. Why don't I listen to um, the most important book in the world and see if I can at least learn a little bit from that? I am listening to right now The Devil in the White City in contrast. And after that, I'm going to be listening to the Bible. And it's like I bought it on Audible. Well, I have an Audible membership. So I spent a credit. It seems a little like it was, I'm like, really only one credit for 92 hours of biblical stories? Okay. So anyway, I got a Audible version of the Bible, the new learning the New Life Testament. I don't know, the newest version or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm listening to it, so I can learn. So that's a new thing that I'm doing, and I'm going to keep coming back here and sharing my experience. So hopefully somebody else who is suffering and experiencing the same type of thoughts that I do doesn't have to reinvent the wheel, and they are encouraged to try a sobriety program, like try it in a way that it's helped somebody else. So thanks for showing up. Oh, I knew what I was going to say. I had a lovely conversation yesterday with a gentleman from Stroke Warrior Radio, and we are going to do an interview. And he was talking about possibly having my podcast on his radio station. It's like an internet radio station for stroke survivors. So that's really exciting. And I told him that I have never, the only person I've ever had as a guest on my show is my daughter. And I said, but I feel like it would be really, really nice to have him on this show because we only talked for just a few minutes, but he's one of my people. He was really, really enjoyable to talk to, and we have a lot of the same thoughts about sharing our experience with others so that they don't have to reinvent the wheel, so that they don't have to figure it out on their own like I did. So stay tuned. I believe we might have a guest on the Recovery Daily podcast for the first time ever because my daughter doesn't count. Sorry, honey, but all right. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.